Hi writers, so today I'm going to show you two strategies. I'm going to talk about planning what to say in each category and moving from writer's notebook to drafting. So after showing you the steps to each category, I'm going to model them like usual. So earlier this week I showed you how to plan categories and topics for your writing, so just drafting. Today I'm going to show you planning what to say in each category, so physically drafting out what you're going to write and say in each paragraph. So step number one, you're going to pick a category. Earlier this week we picked dolphins and I expanded on those ideas. Number two, I'm going to ask myself, what should I include that is not already in my plan? If you have a plan in place and you want to share it with maybe somebody in your family and ask them what they think you can add, I think that would be really beneficial for you. Another thing is, what did I include that may be too much information or what don't I need? So making sure that your paragraphs aren't repeating or there's not information that is relevant to the category that you've picked. So if I'm talking about dolphins, I need to make sure I only talk about dolphins and not seahorse or seaweed or anything else that is not relevant to my category. The last question is, what are some other ideas to add to that category? Step number three, you're going to jot down your ideas that work for you and that tie in to your category. So once you have a better idea of planning what you're going to say in those categories, you're able to move from your notebook, your writer's notebook, to a draft. And I'm going to show you the strategies and steps to use for that. So number one is choose a category that's ready to be turned into a paragraph. So the planning and what to say category could be the same as your drafting. Number two, begin with an introductory sentence that tells something about your category. This is going to be your paragraph's topic. So my first one for dolphins, for example, was dolphins in the wild. I want to create a sentence that's going to capture my reader's attention and talks about dolphins in the wild. Number three, jot down more sentences from your notes or your notebook and include details and features that you planned. Number four, move on to the next category and repeat the process. So again, when you're jotting down sentences and including details and features, you need to make sure that it is relevant to your topic. So for example, this is the one I showed you all earlier this week. Dolphins are my topic. These are my three categories and my piece of advice when looking at dolphins. I need to make sure that I stay in this topic and don't talk about anything different in my writing. So here is a sample of my writing. I chose the category of moms and babies. This was because I had a strong plan in place for my draft. So to write an introductory sentence for this paragraph, I thought back to why I made this category in the first place. I recalled an experience I had and jotted it down. One of the most amazing sights when admiring dolphins from afar is seeing a mom and her baby. Here you can see I put her calf, which is actually a baby dolphin. Then I jotted more sentences using the details in my plan. I also included in my plan features, a sketch of the illustration I wanted to use, along with a caption underneath that says you can often spot a mom and her calf when they breach, come just above the surface of the water together. And I included a definition in there. So this is my drafting portion. This is what I used when I went from my notebook to a draft. Now I'm going to also show you the planning, what to say in each category. I'm going to show you the before of what that looked like. So as I was planning, I made sure to include a fact, illustrations, a caption for my photo that I talked about before, a comparison, some examples, thoughts, and quotes. So all of these are things that we talked about last week. If you want to pause the video here just to read through that for a second, you can. So now that we've talked about both of our strategies and I've given you an example to look at, now it's your turn to take a moment, choose a category from your plan, and try the strategy out. You're going to use the charts of details and features of any ideas that you have. So today, give yourself about 15 minutes of practice. Come back to these strategies if you need them. And as you're jotting ideas to make a final plan, ask family for feedback. And then come back to these strategies again if you need them. And then submit to Schoology. Good luck.